Okay. I have a microphone. I'll start. I have a microphone and I forgot to do a sound check, so I started my whole censoring process, tapping in positive things were going on. Oh yeah, probably check, make sure everything's okay, and it was okay. But, you don't want to be spending all that energy for nothing. You don't want to be spending all that energy for nothing. This is the theme we've been having. I am tapping into just a divine feminine. However you see yourself. If you're not sure, don't worry about it. You can explore these concepts. Basically, masculine principles. We're just talking about principles. It's just energy. It doesn't matter what body you get. Masculine principles are doing and stuff, and then feminine principles are like right, and then the opposite of that. So this is just very like this is what makes the world go round, right? That dynamic. Sweet. Okay, so going with that. I was so focused earlier. Darn it. Let's refocus. Feeling of unease, um, unease and fear, perhaps rage, anger, lots of anger and fear because those things go together, obviously. Obviously, right? They do. You can't have one without the other. For example, you're driving around and you're like, man, I'm such an angry person when I'm driving. You know why you get so angry? Because it's so dangerous. Okay. And then there's the weird phenomenon of when people get in a car and they like have their little tank around them. They think they can like, you know, they're somehow, and it's true. You somehow feel protected, and because you're in a car, and you can take out your aggressions and your unhealed feelings on people. I mean, for example, but like, a lot of times when you like get mad at traffic and like the really unsafe moves that some of these drivers can do, I mean, you almost have to be like, all right, I've been there before. I've probably done that. If you are a self-reflecting person. But the reason why we get so angry is because it's unsafe. Your life has just been threatened. Your safety has been threatened. So it's okay to be angry. It is totally okay. But just don't be an aggressive driver. If somebody's like being unsafe and it has impacted your feeling of safety, yeah, you have the right to be angry. I mean, just don't get swallowed up in that. Understand why this anger is coming up. Always understand why is my anger here. Why is my anger here? And then some of us don't even like do the anger thing, right? We've been so well trained, so well trained. Anger is a tool. It's screaming at you, protect me, protect yourself. Don't turn the other cheek all the time. I mean, yes, it's a very, of course, layered but simple thing, right? As all truths are, layered but simple. The truth can be found. within the layers. If you know what you're looking for. Let's do this. We're talking about relationships today, about toxic of all kinds, not just romantic. Relationship with your boss, relationship with coworkers, your friends, your dog, your hamster, the other drivers on the road. It's confusion. Confusion. Anger comes out of confusion. Um, I don't know if I have RBF, but I definitely have the, the confused version of that. So when I'm confused, I look angry. Anyways, mixed signals, clarity never confuses. Clarity never confuses. So simple. It's so layered. If you're getting this, okay, if we're talking about relationships, if you're getting this, if you're confused, you're not getting clarity, things are not clear, things are just not adding up, not making sense. That's something to think about. So, speaking of being trained, avoid conflict and that anger. That was 727 on the timer when I said that. Look that up. Fear of conflict, peace was protected at the cost of truth. And if there's anything that I want to say about my own truth, is that it is my strength. That is who I am. That is who anybody is. Your integrity. You start to split off your personality by accepting other people's truths as your own. No thanks. But this is what we do. Um, Especially as children, when you need the evolutionary systems in your body, in your mind, in your psyche, cause you to cling to your caretakers or whatever it is. You know, maybe it's church. Wherever you find safety. Now, nothing is perfect. I'm not saying that it has to be. But, you know, you should be allowed to point out the imperfection and as a mode of sticking to your own truth. That doesn't happen. That's what you feel. Over and over again, your truth is denied. And, you know, over and over again, your truth is denied. You're opening yourself up to emotional exhaustion. And that self protective anger comes out. That self protective anger comes out. I don't feel safe. This is not fair. There is a truth not being recognized. And this is like wild, uncensored, divine anger, sacred anger. Anger that protects life, that protects truth. Everybody should be allowed to do this and express this. Truth. Truth. we recognize in our own lives when this is happening to us? Not if, because most likely when, how, in multiple ways, from which directions. Oh, also, how is it hidden within the layers? Between the layers, I care for you, I'm here to protect you, I want what's best for you, I know what's best for you. It's not a one-way street, though. You can't be telling me what's best for me without listening to who I am. You are not the one that exists in my truth. You will not be the one to replace my truth. Let's go on to spiritual truth. Can we not agree, friends, that we have been living in a masculine energy dominated society for a long time? Even our churches, where we're supposed to feel the sick, have been in on the orchestrated attack against femininity. Because society learned at some point that the value of feminine energy could be bought and sold and traded. Services. This is just a mundane way of thinking. Help me with my life by cooking food. I will help you with your life by making you a chair. The whole barter system. It's just natural, okay? But somewhere along the way, this natural, hopefully, equal give and take became hijacked by the sword, by the man, the person, entity willing to exact violence, whether physical, spiritual, safety style. Anything that does not promote your wholeness, that does not reflect your truth, anything that seeks to take away from what you already know rather than add to it, be wary of that. That is a control move. That is not love, that is control. Love will seek to understand you first before offering a solution. Love will seek to learn before, you learn. You don't, oh. Okay. Letting go. So this is why, and I'm just going to talk about the Christian faith because this is the one I know the best. This is why we're told over and over again, let go of all earthly desires. Because you are in danger of worshiping earthly things that may not be of God, earthly things that will cause you to fracture your sense of self, your sense of truth. Okay. Isolation. We need to talk about this pain of isolation, which is a power move, a very sneaky way of people who say that they love you and care for you will gently siphon energy. Oh, okay. I don't know where that came from. Seriously. Part of what I've been feeling lately is anxiety. Two of Swords is blindfold. How have we been blindfolded? And how easy it is to click by in there and just unknot it, just flip it off of your head. Well, it's almost like these two swords are sitting there ready to go. Um, we talk so much about forgiving others, but have we forgiven ourselves? For abandoning ourselves? For abandoning our truth? For what? For the sake of peace? Scary. Scary. Um, Page of Pentacles reversed. It's kind of fun because they say there's little quotey quotes on there. You're ready to learn something new. Curiosity, study, potential. So if this is in the inverse, how have you stopped learning something new? Isn't that life? Yeah. Pulse check. Pulse check. Have you learned something new lately? Are you still alive there? Have you learned something new lately? Have you adjusted your way of thinking lately, or is it still the same? Eight of Cups. Believe even though it hurts. Because it no longer makes sense. You're not going to allow people to tear your boundaries down. Be careful of who you think you're allowing to protect you. Nobody but yourself. and the assistance of the divine. Doesn't mean they don't know. They don't know. Why? They never sat with you, never took you in. They always, I don't know. Let's not talk. Let's not go there. Let's see what we have to say first. The dual meaning, perhaps. Let's see what it says. Page of Wands. You're curious enough. Blah, blah, blah. You're curious enough to try, even if you fail. Don't let anybody take this away from you. All right? That's why it's both. Because it can be this. You can let yourself be all in this spiritual death zone. Right? Not knowing. Like, what is the clarity? There's no clarity. Yeah, go within. Put up your boundaries. Go within. This is so many meanings today. Don't be surprised if we see Queen of Swords again. You deserve to be spiritually whole. Coming back to this, I mean, who's been running the church, the synagogue, the whatnot forever? And that's fine if it is a protection, a covering over the inner female. All right? It is fine to have whatever we want on the outside as long as the feminine is honored. But we have gutted the soul, the inside. What are we protecting anyway? What is the point? Oh, protect as if we are a resource. There's the dark shadow of this. Trap as if it's a resource. Finite resource. The tower. This cannot stand. Scaffolding. Like building a tower out of scaffolding and expecting it to stand. Power for the sake of power. My mind. What God made the feminine so giving. But if we are living in such a male-centered society where the man has the masculine energy has completely taken over, this will happen. And then we fall together, all of us falling. All of us are falling. It's just who is benefiting from this in the meantime? Good question. Valid question. Don't let it scare you. This is all part of the divine plan. Do not forget that the devil needs permission from God to act in this realm. reminder. As long as you seek the truth, you will be tested. Over and over and over again until God says you're ready. The wheel of karma. From this comes this. Ten of Wands, you carried too much for too long. Mothers, feminine energies. Processing the emotions, the entire of your entire surroundings over and over again. Being denied your truth in the process, like much, man. Guessing to this. Put down your laundry, baby. You're not supposed to be carrying everything all by yourself. Impenetrable. It's weird. Think about it. All these times when it's like it's not a random person, like an evil guy picking out a random person, and blah, blah, blah. That must have a spiritual meaning, etc. But like the visceral haunting me, I have zero words to explain it further, other than ridiculous, crazy feeling that we all get from learning about violence among what should be beautiful, pure, and innocent love, families, relationships. And currently, the discussion on this is what I want to say is that I am very inspired by how open she was, her vulnerability, and wisdom. So we're going to look at and how unfair the circumstances, how those unfair circumstances are it's just logical. I think don't let anybody take away your truth. The reason why she went through all of that is because our society is set up to spiritually cripple women. There's something about that in this. And that we have a responsibility to pull on that inconsistency. Like, wait a second, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So now why does it not make sense? Get past the anger or the confusion where you could possibly be led astray by a lie. Like, no, I'm gonna focus on how I feel about this, how this is making me feel, how this is triggering me, how this is making me feel unsafe, angry. How do I feel about this? Because there's right. We have a very unique society, guys, and pinball. Something about ding 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 ding. We're so distracted. Yeah, I'm just trying to rack up the points, rack up the points. Go here, go there, boom, bing, 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 bing. And then you get these like bright lights and like fun whistle sounds and along the way, and you're like just captivated. Oh, I'm just gonna keep playing the game. Oh, look at all the points I'm racking up. Oh, and you look at over your friend, and they're like barely even trying. You're like, oh, you must be dumb. Don't you want to win the game? Don't you want to win the game? I'm not realizing that like what you're doing is you're like plugging into the matrix and you're just like being an NPC. Um, you look over at your friend, they've unplugged, and you think that and you're like, oh look, haha. I thought they were going to be really good at this, but guess they're not. Look how good I am. And then you keep going on your game, racking up the points, and then you're like, dude, look at all the points. And then you look around, there's nobody around you. What happened? You were too focused on racking up your points, on all the like bright lights happening in front of your face. You didn't realize when everybody left you behind. You're like, this is boring. It's loud in here. It's too distracting. Let's go for a hike. I don't know. Talk to each other, have coffee, something. Sit in meditation. I don't know, shoot, whatever you like. But there's something that's more introspective and less distracting. Okay, anyway. Where am I going with all this? Let's keep going. No, I can't see. I think it's time for healing. Pull back your power. Whew. Okay, where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? Oh, I can't do smoke all the time. Smudgy smudge. Ooh, sorry, that's loud. Oh my gosh. Share, share, share. It's not a competition. It's not, right? The whole pinball game thing. Share, share. Do you believe in life after love? Isn't that a share song? What's that song about anyway? Your love, in quotes, modern love, the trad wife thing where you're like stuffing a woman into like a role where she's just like a food bank and like cook for me, clean for me, and emotionally process for me, and sit there quietly while I abuse you if I've had a bad day. I don't know. Things aren't going right for me and it's your fault and you're just going to be sitting there like taking the punches because I think you're too stupid to actually have a good conversation with me where we can explore or um, yeah, I've been taught that vulnerability is I don't know how to do vulnerability because it's a strength, guys. Yeah, some people are not strong enough to be vulnerable. Hey, poking your butt. overlook. Share your perspective. Honor your perspective. You do have a really good perspective. The perspective of a woman is obviously different than the perspective of a man. Ooh, it's so weird, man. So like, whatever. I think it's for a different topic. I'm gonna leave that for a different topic. Okay. Male energy is necessarily different than female energy because that's what makes the world go around. That push and pull. Mic drop. Where'd it go? Oh, it's like when I poked myself in the eye the other day. This one was a good one. It's like a mic drop. Yeah, you said it. You said it. Thank you, sir. Okay. Well, let's do this. I think I'll really, but I think the hat helps calm it down. Shout out to American Pinball, whoever you are. We advertising today. Huge following. Oh no, I'm not doing this for Monday. That would be great one day, but really right now it's really connecting, opening my throat chakra. It's helping because like you can't get to the heart without the throat and the crown. Okay, that's what I've heard too. That's the difference between like masculine energy and feminine energy. That the way the chakras are aligned and the female energy is normally through, and then, you know, all of us have a little bit of both. Of course, if you have an equal of both, like you get into the center super fast, and that's why we have two spirit souls, our LGBTQIA, etc., and everything plus. That's why our friends are here. They're supposed to be awesome. Yeah, they're supposed to be awesome. Okay. So in the meantime, let's surrender because that will make you awesome. Surrender to change. Yeah. We love change. We love surrendering. It's the best. You got to have some gratitude so you can flow. Ooh, oh, because you can't. Sometimes you have a blockage, right? Well, it's at the tower time. Whoosh, whoosh. Surrender to the change. Good for you. You will become stronger. And if you are grateful for it, it will make the magic happen in your transformation so much more aligned with God, your purpose, you know, that's shiny, that's nice and shiny. Flow. In a state of flow, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Here we go, yo. I don't know why did I reach for that? Oh, and by the way, don't do this. I'm not reading the back, but yeah. You've done enough of this, by the way. Okay? Okay. I'm gonna do this for you. Okay? 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 All right. I love thyself. Love your beautiful, amazing conduit of love. That's what you are. Feminine energy, conduit of love. Don't surrender that. Okay? Don't surrender that to nobody on this earthly plane unless God says so. All right? That's why you got to keep your flow state open with the divine. You will be able to discern what is love and what is not love. And in so doing, heal yourself. And in so doing, the kingdom of God shows up inside you. And it will not matter what the heck is going on around you. You remain whole. Okay. Oh, look. What? Again? Again? I mean, that's gotta mean something. Where'd it go? Where you at? Oh, there it is again. Yep. Confirmation. 4203 on my timer. You mix it up, it gets 234. The numbers go up like that. Yeah, 432. Inverted, mixed up, it's still ascending. Even if the numbers go down, sometimes you go down. Get down in it, right? To come back up. Or sometimes you're healing in a spiral, right? Like, get close. Ooh, far away. Ooh, yeah. Far away. Gain some knowledge and strength. Come back. So many different ways. Move. And yeah, it's like, because, yeah, right? It's like you're that guy playing pinball. You're like, man, I'm so good. Look, I'm cracking up all these points. You're so like involved in this. The lights are going off, the sound, bing, 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 bing. You turn around and everybody else is behind. That, hey, I was given that. I was given that. It's not my personal opinion, although I do agree with that. That can happen. It happens. Let's not let that happen. One more. Confirmation gurgle. I have a little angel or something that lives in my belly. You know that when people say gut feeling, I think it's definitely a feeling and a sound for me. It's too. It's not even a feeling, right? It's like, and then it makes a sound. You can it's like a physical feeling, not like a spidey sense. Well, that happens too. You guys get spidey senses, tingles. You know what else is a symbol of that tingle tingle? And when you get itchy, and the top of your head gets itchy. Ears, nose, face. Oh, I get the face thing a lot. Um, Especially when I'm teaching. Oh my gosh, like I get energy. Like it's like I'm getting so much information. But like, I don't know, because it's a kid, and like I don't. I never delve into other people. I only take the energy that's given to me. Okay. I don't try to see anything that I'm not supposed to see. Okay. I try to understand and I try to remain open to seeing what's being given to me. And if it's not being given to me, it's because I don't have the eyes to see. All right. And that's okay. God's working on me to open my eyes to whatever I need to see, keeping them closed to the things I don't need to see. That's part of the divine plan, etc., etc. By the way, okay? By the way, that's how we do it over here. Tarot doesn't mean like you're trying to invade somebody's business. Being psychic doesn't mean that you like trying to invade somebody's private thoughts. What? For what reason? I don't want to know what your damage is. I've got my own. And yeah, it's also a form of protection. I absorb so much already. I have to learn how to deal with that. There's no reason for me to delve or divine anything. Okay, that's what I care about here and there. How long? Oh, 46? Longer than initial. At last, farewell. Final thought. To wrap up and bring forward. Ooh. When you check your own mind properly, you stop blaming others for your problems. You recognize that your mistaken actions come from your own defiled, deluded mind. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Who that? I don't know. Yourself. That quote here, Lama Tukten Yeshe. Okay, let's see if we can get another one. Nagamudra. Think Phoenix. What does this mean? Nagamudra. There's a cobra and an ankh. Also see. You hear the dog barking. I also see crossroads. Hecate. Hecate, the festival of Oshun. I'm not sure why. Anyway, it is a festival of a very important goddess, a living goddess. Was in early August. This year it started at the end of July and ended August 7th, which is an auspicious day for me. Nagamudra. Nagamudra. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, so if you guys know these things before I do, you're like, oh, well, she about to find out. She about to find out. Okay, Nagamudra, goddess, rising. Man. Strength. Intuitive wisdom. Intuitive. Don't dignize. Divine feminine and all the accolades that comes with that title. Insight. So when you're standing in the shower and you're like, oh, I get it. That's divine. That's divine. Empress, wisdom, feminine power, feminine power. Mm-hmm. Solves problems and overcomes challenges. The symbols used in this card represent wisdom, fertility, and creative force. Principles of the feminine, the creatrix. The ancient Egyptian Ankh is known as the key of life. Fire represents the pure fire of insight and the awakening point of potent energy within you. This energy rising through your chakras now. The flame of insight burns within you. And take this seriously. Affirm. The fire of insight burns bright within my centers. The kingdom of God is within. Fire of insight burns bright within my centers, opening my being to soul-centered questions. Seek the soul, not the score. Soul-centered questions and answers. I hold the key to my awakening. Each of us does. And each of us should be supported, protected, allowed, guided to find that and express that in all the individual ways. This is not a top-down approach. This is chakra to chakra meeting at the heart. This is why it's a cross, right? It's a cross. Cross. Yin and yang. Okay, cool. Anyways, thank you. I hope this was a good time for all. Peace and love.